Heyo! Welcome to another episode of the Best Friends Discuss podcast. I'm your host, Mike, with my co-host,
Brad.
Thank you for keeping up
Yeah.
with the energy. Yeah, I love it. Boy. Welcome to our podcast. We've been doing this for some time. I don't know why I have to preference that. I mean, we are.
I don't know why you said it twice.
Did I say it twice?
Yeah. Welcome to our podcast. Welcome to our podcast.
Hey, audience, welcome to our podcast. Just make sure you know you're welcome here. Unless you're a Raiders fan. I'm sorry. Raider fans are insane. All right, I don't want to deal with them. Okay, that and Philadelphia Eagle fans, I don't want to deal with them. They seem a little bit too crazy for my liking. But anyway, we have. I want to get this out of the way. Go listen to our sister podcast, Dane and Friends. Do you think he minds that we call it our sister podcast? I'm not going to tell him.
I mean, it's 2021. He's got to get over it.
Yeah, I didn't mean to assume his podcast gender. But yeah, go listen to our sister podcast, Dane and Friends, and follow us on YouTube at Best Friends Discuss, and on Facebook at Best Friends Discuss, and listen to us anywhere you listen to us usually, and go buy merch. teespring.com/store/Best Friends Discuss.
I hate to ran in your parade there, buddy. They just switched it. So it's spring.com now.
It's spring.com?
It's spring.com. I know. They changed it on me. They like log on features, everything.
I have to update the Facebook page then. Because I'm pretty sure it's still Teespring.
Yeah, I know. I think it's still like will auto send you, like if you click the link, but yeah.
Fuck. That's why we haven't been boosting sales. Go buy a merch. It looks nice. All right. And Brad, this is something we haven't done in a while. And by in a while, I mean, we did do an episode of it, but we just didn't release it.
I didn't think it was that good.
I don't remember it, but we've also recorded like 27 since then.
Yeah.
So
It's been a while.
It's been a while. But we're going to do another writing
Maybe
prompts.
I wasn't feeling it that day. It could have been another bullshit day for me.
Have you re-listened to it? Because I've asked you to like put it on the thing so I
I'd
can
have to
listen
figure.
it.
I'd have to find it again. It's
Okay.
been a while.
All right. Was it the last one we did that was just audio?
Yeah, I think it was. Just
Oh
audio.
my gosh, that was so long ago. Oh, how barbaric. But
I think it might have been another bullshit day for me though.
oh yeah.
Just where everything was bullshit.
I should have just offered you ice cream.
Yeah.
Dude, I was so mad. I got Dairy Queen ice cream recently, and I I'm a sucker for cookie dough. And so I got the cookie dough. I got a medium cookie dough because I was like, you know what? I fucking deserve it. All right, I've been doing my push-ups. I've been working out. I deserve a fucking cookie dough blizzard, make Papa happy. And I don't like calling myself Papa. It's weird. The Kindered Bear, as I call myself, the Kindered Bear. I'm having a stroke slowly. But anyway, so they fucking duped me on or they shorted me on the cookie dough chunks, and I was very upset. Yeah. Even when the ice cream gets really soft,
Yeah,
and
like-
the stuff goes to the bottom. That's
Yeah.
my favorite part. Is the last like 20%. Last 20% was probably the worst part.
Oh,
It was literally the first 20% and the last 20% were the worst part of the ice cream because they didn't like mixture it well enough. So it was just vanilla ice cream. Like I like vanilla ice cream, but it wasn't mixed well enough. So it just kind of fell flat up until I got to the last or the middle 60%.
yeah.
So
I mean, it's probably because they're having to fight inflation, so they're not putting as much cookie dough in there.
bastards.
Thanks, Obama.
Thanks, COVID. Damn you, COVID. But anyway, so yeah. Hey, you know what? Maybe Dairy Queen Blizzard after this. But anyway, we're gonna do a writing prompt. We haven't done one in a while. We like it. It's a short, little, fun little thing we like to do. Do a quick 30-minute one. So, do you want to read, or do you want me to read, or?
Sure, I'll read. You live in a world where every person is allowed to kill one person in their lifetime. The target can try to defend himself if he can. If two people want to kill the same person, they're allowed to team up with each other. Half the population of Earth wants to kill you.
So I have one preference with this. Does the person who know or who the like half of the population is going after, does he know that there's half of the population?
What is he eating?
I have no idea. Call PETA.
They don't care about him. He's half blind.
It may have been a Lego. I don't know. That's gonna be an interesting poop when you pooper scooper it up.
You know what his favorite thing to eat right now is?
Beads.
Masks. He loves masks.
Oh, like cloth masks?
Yeah, like any of them. He's pooped out like 3 of my kids' masks, which is like the full like cloth mask.
Ugh.
I know.
Oh God! Don't put that back on your face. Oh God! I just keep thinking about change subjects. Let's get back into it. This
It's
is
fine
gross.
after I wash them, right?
But so no Tide Pod can fix that. You know what does fix that? Fire.
Fire.
So
Same
yeah.
with spiders.
So my only caveat is the person that half of the population is going after. Does that person know that that they're coming?
Yeah, like does it pop up on like a scoreboard?
Yeah. Or does he get like a text message like kind of like a Tinder or Grinder account like, hey, so and so's in your area?
Do you have to put it out like a duel type of a thing?
Yeah, is it like Pokemon Go where it's like a gym leader battle
Yeah, you thought my notifications were bad.
on
Just
Facebook?
Wait for this guy. It's like every 3 seconds, bing, wants to fight. You know, just it just keeps like popping up. This guy wants to fight you. This person wants to fight you. This person wants to fight you. It's like, ooh.
I really think it's gonna be like how I kind of picture this is it turns into like a real John Wick moment. Like what happens if we cast Keanu Reeves as the person who has to fight half of the world's population?
Yeah.
How awesome would that be? I'm just saying, we could write that movie. But yeah, so half of the world's population, I say Keanu Reeves has to fight them off. I don't care if it's John Wick or if it's actually just Keanu Reeves.
Yeah. So, I don't feel like this is a very good writing prompt, to be honest.
Uh-huh.
Because, number one, I feel like the only reason half the world would want to kill you, you'd have to either be, in general, like the thought on process on this has got to be like you're a bad guy.
Uh-huh.
Like you're Hitler. You know what I mean, though?
Can we make Keanu Reeves Hitler?
No.
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 No. Whoa.
Whoa.
Yeah, so I was reading the best post for this.
I am curious what the best post is because I have a thought. I do have a thought on how I could make this into an actual storyline.
So before I show you the post, I'll just tell you how they made it was basically the one person like sent out a photo of him like naked or something like that. And so people were just like, I got a picture of him naked, and they were like, hey, I'll pick this guy to kill.
Well, then every porn star would be killed. Like, see, once again, like I don't think this isn't a valid thing. Number one. Number two, to get half the population of Earth to kill you, one naked photo is not going to do that.
What about a supervillain like brainwashed half of the world's population? Like everyone, like we could do like a time zone theme, like half of the planet was asleep at the time. And the other half was awake, and a supervillain brainwashed the world to go after his arch nemesis.
Yeah, that's just once again, it's expanding the world. I don't know. I do feel like this is on a weaker side of most the writing prompts that we've seen.
Right. I picked this one because it had very much of a Purge feel, and I was wondering what we could do with
love
it.
The Purge.
But But here, I'll let you read what Drubbled put out.
Drubbled?
Yeah, Drubbled.
After the population purge bill was passed last year, life has been kind of hectic. The bill, which was signed by the UN, allowed everyone to kill one person and get away scot-free. According to some of the arguments they gave, they claimed that most people usually need to settle that anger deep down inside, so killing one person was the most effective way. I find that complete utter bullshit. For the past few months, I've been trying to live a healthy life with no deathly situations. I wish I could say that feeling would be mutual, but I'd be lying. Every day is a living hell, filled with knife throwing, flying bullets, and of course, some natural food poisoning.
Of course.
Supposedly, sending a full body nude on the internet is a surefire way to make yourself an easy target. Of course, there's nothing wrong with bragging about your shenanigans, unless you beat down the smaller ones. I mean, how the hell was I supposed to know that most of the world's population of men weren't bigger than 7 inches?
Wait, what?
The first person who had tried to kill me was a waiter at one of the restaurants I usually went to. It was late at night, and I was waiting for my order of grilled pork chops with red onions on the side. When the waiter placed it in front of me, I had noticed that the pork chop was a bit more purple than usual. As I was about to take a bite, from the corner of my eye, I saw the waiter looking at me with this threatening look, almost like a lion about to pounce on a gazelle. As I placed the meat back down, the waiter placed his arm behind his back, and I knew what was about to do next. I quickly got up and threw my chair at him, which surprised him for a bit. The knife that he was about to grab fell out of his back pocket, and I quickly snatched it up before he could recover. I remember a couple of women screaming as everyone quickly rushed out of the restaurant, away from the ongoing danger. Eventually, it was just me and the waiter. I don't really want to talk about the gruesome bits, but let's just say I was lucky that I threw that chair really hard. Pretty much for the past few weeks, I've been trying to lie low, and I constantly carry a waist bag with an occasional knife and a few antidotes. I'm not proud to say this, but I've been poisoned enough to remember which one is just by the symptoms. The atropine I carry in the waist bag has helped me more times than many. As I was laying in bed scrolling through posts on Reddit, I heard the faint sound of my doorbell ring. Having heard that the insurance cost of a house would cost me way more if I was riddled with blood and bullet holes, I instantly made the decision to move to an apartment. I haven't started unpacking yet, mostly because I was using large piles of boxes as hiding spots in case someone snuck in to kill me. I groaned and quickly got a double barrel from underneath my bed and headed towards the front door. I often bring the gun whenever I'm ordering delivery mostly because I can just stand in the doorway and blast through the intruder's abdomen with 2 shots. I can't recall the dozens of guys who came up to my door with weapons of their own, only to find themselves laying on the ground with their guts smeared across the room across from mine. When I peeked through the peephole to see who was outside, I saw a small girl wearing a camo jacket paired up with blue denim jeans. I took a glance at her shoes and saw that she was wearing combat boots, a size too big for her. I instantly opened the door, pulled her into my apartment. The girl stifled a yelp as she was
Stifled? Stifled?
stifled.
Stifled. Stifled.
Stifled.
It's supposed to be stifled.
I feel like there should be any in there.
The
I quickly took a peek outside in case anyone saw and quickly shut the door behind me. After locking the dozens of locks on my door, I turned around to find a switchblade placed against my throat. I could feel the cool blade fill up with heat and rage coming. I could feel the cool blade fill up with heat and rage coming. The girl herself?
Oh my gosh, she orgasmed.
She's
into some weird shit. Yeah.
She was really excited for that 7 inches. What the hell did I say about dragging me into the apartment with no warning? I may act rough, but I'm still a girl, you know. This is Hannah, a friend of mine from middle school with a short temper. If you were to come across her, trust me, you don't want to take her off.
Come across.
Within hours, when the bill was released, she went home and killed her abusive drunk father by breaking all the alcohol bottles and shoving the shards one by one into his body while he was tied down. Sigh. I remember it like it was yesterday.
All right.
So it's a good story, like, once it started going. Like, the guy's story was pretty good.
Yeah.
But, once again, I don't feel like that's, like, a good start. Like, oh, I sent a nude picture. Half the world would be dead just in general because half the world sends out nude pictures.
Right.
Like, every unsolicited dick pic half the guys in the world would be dead right now.
Yeah, death by snoo snoo.
No, not that at all.
Oh, more like Bobbitt, Lorraine Bobbitt.
Yes, more like that.
Ugh. So I have a few ideas of how I would take the story. What are your thoughts? Or do you want me to go into one of mine?
So
How you collect yourself?
mine would be a backfiring, basically. So this is a law. Has to be in effect for a while, or this is just like the moral standing of the world, basically, where you're allowed to kill one
I just
person.
came up with a third story, by the way.
And so basically you have like a guy like an Elon Musk or a Bill Gates that's just got a shit ton of money, and he makes like a contest to like make some kind of technology or whatever. But because you're allowed to kill one person, it backfires. People realize you have money, and they're just like, the easy way is just to kill you. And then you're having, instead of like using your wealth to like help out society, to defend yourself. Whether that's like paying for like armed security, and even some of them turn on you.
Yeah, they're
eventually.
double agents.
And stuff like that. I will say the one part of that story that pisses me off. This is obviously one of those Redditor guys that like doesn't like guns. Even though he uses a double barrel in his story, why would you only use a gun in your house, but when you walk around, you just have a fanny pack with antidotes and a knife?
Yeah.
Why wouldn't you bring a Glock? This guy's an idiot. He would be dead within 5 seconds.
Maybe he's 14. I don't know. I'm just saying stuff. I like your idea of it backfires, because while you were talking, I came up with a fifth idea or a fourth idea, which was basically kind of like a Hunger Games, but instead, like going with the grand prize. Maybe this was more of the backstory, and then it backfired. Was there was a grand prize, and you just pulled you just kind of like threw a dart at a phone book, and whichever name it was in between,
That's who you kill.
that's who you have to kill. And so it's more of a lottery, kind of like in Hunger Games, where it's like, hey, from District 9.
That is more of a lottery. That's less like this, because this
Yeah.
is just like, oh, I want to kill you because
Yeah.
you didn't tip me well. I also feel like this wouldn't work that well, because it's like, oh, you can kill one person. Like, it's okay to kill one person, but not like a second person. Like, people
Right.
are just going to try to lie and be like, no, it's my first death. What are you talking about?
Right. Well, even after the end of this person's story is that it was a classmate who broke a beer bottle and shoved the shards into her stepdad's eyes and stuff. And so in my head, if I were to continue the story, is they would like partner up, because
Like
at
for
that,
defense?
huh?
Like for defense purposes?
Yeah, like they're gonna like travel the world, buddies, because she's already killed her one.
Yeah. The other thing
Also-
is it says you can team up. If half the population of Earth wants to kill you, how did you find the one restaurant where only one person wants to kill you? Half of Earth wants to kill you.
Mm-hmm.
But you went to the one restaurant where only the waiter wants to kill you?
Bad Yelp reviews.
Apparently it's good Yelp reviews for this world.
I think it's bad Yelp reviews because the waiter really just had a hard on to kill someone, and then he saw the one person he really wanted to kill and fucked it up. So I also have some questions, like if you killed in self-defense, does that count for your one?
I'm going to say no, because it says you can try to defend himself if you can. So
Okay.
I'm going to say that defense can't. But what if you accidentally kill somebody, right? Like, what if you're in a car crash
Right. Yeah.
and you kill somebody? Or, I'm just saying, what if you're vice president and you accidentally go on a hunting trip? Does that count? Or, do you still have your one kill after that?
It doesn't count because the man didn't die, and secondly, cover up.
I'm just saying,
Yeah.
do accidents count?
Yeah, Man, that
'Cause
is
you
a
can
good
legally
question.
get away with one kill. Like, and if
So-
are you allowed to get away if you're like, no, I meant to kill him? Like, then you don't have to go to court? Like, oh no, I actually wanted to kill him.
Right.
Like, and that's how you can get away with it. Like, oh shit, it was a DUI, and I killed this guy on the freeway coming home drunk one night. I actually wanted to kill him.
Do you think that would like lower the rate of drunk drivers at that point? Because
No, I
they're
think it would
worried
raise it.
they would be worried about killing. Well, say if it is an accident, that counts as your one. Like if it's vehicular
No,
manslaughter.
I think it would raise it. You know how many people would be stressed that they're going to be dying, so they'd be drinking like a mother effer now. You're going to have more drunks.
Not me. I have morals.
I'll get you drunk.
That's one of the things I worry about our friendship is I'm gonna wake up not knowing where I am one day.
With your liver missing in a bathtub full of ice.
I have leopard spots now. But yeah, I guess the question would be like,
I think this gives a lot of technical questions, but I
Yeah.
don't think it's a good writing prompt.
yeah, because I was also thinking like, say you have like a Mac 10 and you just went blah 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 in defense, but then you accidentally hit like a
30 people?
like a 9-year-old girl just at a playground kind of thing. Like if 30 people were coming at you and you had a Mac 10 and you just fired away and one of the stray bullets hit the little girl, does that count as your one?
Yeah, right.
Oh. One of my other ideas was simply because your big holdup is how do you get half of the world to go after a person?
Yeah.
And I was like, when I see this writing prop, I think a little bit more like nowadays. Like it's more not futuristic, but it's set in, between 2010 to 2020,
Yeah.
right? And I was actually thinking of changing up the prompt a little bit and going kind of in the past of something like either going with a medieval time or even like a shogun samurai-ish setting where what happens if one of the knights of the king why do I always freaking come up with stories where I have to introduce a king somewhere and I can't say the bloody word.
You do it to yourself. It's
I know.
great.
I know. I hate it. Black Panther was the king of Wakanda.
Malnutritious.
But basically, one of the knights of the king of a empire has a daughter, who he is infatuated with, but of course he can't be a knight because he's not a nobleman, right? And so it's kind of like a Helen of Troy situation where he takes her away from the castle, kidnaps the princess, and is on the run. And the king is pretty much, bless you, the king is pretty much go after this man. And so now he has to defend himself against basically the entire army of the king. It may not be half of the population, but I mean, if in the grand scheme of things, if you're just looking at
I get it, but at
Romans
the same
and
time,
Greeks.
that doesn't go with the story at all. That's literally just a situation that has happened in the past.
right,
That's just justified murder at that point.
yeah, like I said, it was just one of the things that I was
I don't
thinking
know.
of while
Yeah,
you were
to me,
talking.
it's just like one of those half the population of Earth.
Do you want to hear my other idea?
What?
My other idea is going back to a supervillain thing, but instead of it being like, brainwashing, what happens if the supervillain takes a shot and stabs the just a random person with this vial of solution that he's like secreting, kind of like in 28 Days Later, where it's not zombies, it's more of a like a rage drug, or like the strain increases your dopamine for rage. So instead, people that he's going around, he's just kind of like releasing this
like
gas.
pheromones.
Yeah. releasing this gas from his body that's getting into people, making them rage, kind of like in Kingsman, motherfucker, in Kingsman, where
That's honestly where I thought you were gonna go, because that makes a lot more sense than just randomly. Because even then, you're still not gonna have half the people. You're just gonna have half of everybody you walk around,
unless
you're an international traveler that like has billions of dollars and you can just like jump from airport to airport.
So two solutions to that is one, he just keeps running at first, getting more and more people, and in a caveat to that is that the people he's coming in contact with are also like 20% of them can also carry a strain of the gas, like it's on their clothes, kind of like secondhand smoking kind of thing. Like it's on their clothes. And so, Steve goes back to his home where his wife and his two kids are, and they go, "Dad," and they hug him. They sniff his clothes because they're a weird family and they're into that. And they get,
Gotcha. They're part of the Bidens.
yeah, they get a rage boner to go after Drew, The other one was that what happens if it's a time lock kind of thing where he's secreting this gas that is infecting.
You really like secreting gases.
It's just a good word, secreting.
King.
Shut the fuck up. So anyway, he's just gas is coming out of him, not like a fart.
I'm guessing more like a fart.
I mean, it could be. Maybe he's the world's... Never mind. Anyway, but maybe he is an international traveler, but it's a delayed timer that it takes 3 days for it to activate. He just went to Tokyo on a business trip, but also visited Russia and then came back. But on his way back, he visited Australia. It's something like that. Yeah. But anyway, I think we should just move on.
I think we should too.
Yeah. But those were my ideas. So
sorry, Virtual, but you made some good questions, but not a very good writing prompt.
Yeah. We are denying you. Can I downvote this? I'm not going to.
That's just rude.
That is rude. All right. You're in a time loop, but it's not permanent. You repeat a day 3 times, then time moves on to the next day. Rinse, repeat, deja vu was never more applicable. Pliable. Appliance.
There you go. Appliance.
Yep. So
Genie.
So there's actually a movie out it's on Amazon that is kind of like this. Caught my hat. That was cool. Got that on camera. My hat flew backwards. Caught it with one hand. Put it back on. I'm a badass. I know. It's like I saw this day coming.
No.
I've repeated this day twice already, Brad. Bless you. That would have been cool.
I thought about it, and I was like, I'm not going to do that for him.
What a pal. But anyway, so there's a movie on here called Map of the Stars or something like that. I think it's a Hank Green book or whatever. But basically, this guy has lived the same day over and over again, so he kind of gets in the groove of like what's gonna happen. So like a person who's walking, he'll like stop him and go, "Hey, bird poop," and like a bird will poop or whatever. So.
Isn't this just Groundhog's Day, just poor man style, where you only have to do it 3 days? This is a poor man's freaking
3 times a day. So Monday you have to do it 3 times.
Yeah, and then you move to Tuesday. It's a poor man's freaking Groundhog's Day.
Why does he have to be poor?
That's not what that means at all, buddy.
Oh, so anyway, I don't know if you have any idea, but basically, I was thinking of it. It's very much it's a slow pace of realization that you're in the same day, because you'll do Monday 3 times and then Tuesday 3 times. I think by Wednesday you'll kind of be like, okay, something's up, something's fishy. I'm gonna learn from the first day. Second day, I'm gonna, try and implement the stuff. Third day, I'm going to perfect it so I get the better outcome for the next day. So, like, say a girl trips on the stairs at your high school and you see her just eat shit the first day. Second day, you go try to catch her. You totally miss the trajectory of her body. You don't catch her. See her eat shit again. Third day, you catch her. You look in her eyes and you go, "Hello, Tilda." And you kiss, but the brim of your hat stops you because it slaps her in the forehead. Anyway. It's not like that happened in my life.
No.
But yeah, so do you kind of have a basis of an idea?
I mean, there's 3 bases of ideas here. That I have.
Base-I?
Bases.
Go for it.
So I feel like there's 3, right, that you can do. You can do pretty much just poor man's Groundhog's Day, where you're just kind of helping people around, or you can like try to kill yourself and then you just revive, because as long as you don't do it on the 3rd day, you're fine.
You know what? I have a question real quick. At what point do you try that?
When you start getting tired because you want shit to move on. Like there is a point where you're just like, I don't want to do this anymore. But yeah, like Groundhog's Day, where he does minor stuff. Like there isn't anything like major, like life changing besides him. Like it's honestly like getting the girl. Like that's it. Like, and even that, let's be honest, is not that like major. Okay. You have the bigger picture, which is what I would do, which is like, I'm going to study the stock market for 2 days and then freaking just make billions of dollars. And then you have, at that point, once you have a shit ton of money, you can do whatever you want and not just this piddly little bullshit where like, I'm going to learn Tai Chi like over and over and over again. You can actually do much bigger things with your life.
So many languages. Language I.
So that would be like the bigger story, and then you have the evil side of things. That, to me, the evil side is a much more interesting story, but is dark as hell. Dark as hell. Where you go out and you basically figure out who you can kill, when you can kill. There's other crimes. I mean, you're going to have people that are going to go like mad evil and do like sexual stuff. Like there's a dark side that you could play with this too. Mm-hmm. Because as long as you do it on the first 2 days, you're fine.
Yeah.
The only way you get in trouble is if the time loop stops randomly.
Yeah. Ooh, boy, wouldn't that suck if you get drunk and you get shit-faced at like midnight and then you sleep all day thinking that's still the 2nd day and then you do stuff on the 3rd day and it's permanent now? Yeah. Oh, that would fucking suck. Do you want to read the person's story?
Not really. You can.
Oh, really well, yeah, that's what I meant. God. Kasuma Nakajima. That's fucking nailed it.
You can say that, but you can't say king.
Yeah, I also can't roll my R's. Can you do a Chewbacca voice? Like
not very well,
but you can do it
a little bit. I
cannot.
Yeah.
Can you do a Perry the Platypus?
I'm sorry. What?
You don't know Perry the Platypus?
No.
Phineas and Ferb?
I hate Phineas and Ferb.
Fuck you, dude. That show was awesome.
That was bullshit.
You're bullshit.
Yeah, well.
All right.
If I was going to watch a show that's crazy stupid, it's going to be Rocko's Modern Life.
I'm not going to fight you on that. Kasuma Nakajima. The most useless feeling is the feeling of having control only to have it ripped from you at the end of it all. Years ago, I awoke on the 2nd day of a Sunday and unknowingly went out to go to my classes. I thought it was a Monday. Why wouldn't I? I had gone to work the previous day and it was time to put my nose to the grindstone. However, when I arrived at the unusual lecture hall, the usual lecture hall.
The usual.
Ooh, but it could be unusual.
No.
Well, all right. There was nobody there. No professor, no peers. So I checked the calendar on my phone. Sunday. I started freaking out, thinking I had lost my mind. Went home and called off of work. They didn't need me, not now. Then it happened for the third time, and I knew I hadn't gone insane. That
Or
was
you had.
hadn't,
Or you had.
or it's unusual. It's not unusual.
I will shut this down now.
Just wait till the second verse where it goes down and then it's not unusual. That was ages ago, and if it weren't for this amazing ability, then I would have never graduated from college with a fantastic record. I wouldn't have begun into the career of my dreams and so on. But I also wouldn't be lying here for the third time today for a month. This ability has been my source of torment ever since. I became sick with the new strain of the Black Death a month ago, real time. But I had experienced it 3 times every single day. All I want now is to let time pass as fast as possible. But on the day that I died of the plague, only then did the day loop for the 4th time. Spooky or chills. That would suck to get sick while stuck in a time loop and have it just
Yeah.
drawn out 3 times
Yeah.
more. Ugh.
But
The
once again,
worst.
he did the shitty thing. Like he literally went to college for 3 times longer than he should have. Just to get a regular career. He's like, it's my dream job. And his dream job is probably something stupid.
Like,
A secretary.
oh, okay.
He's probably a guy nurse. That's what it is.
Why is that shitty? What's wrong with guy nurses?
Because a nurse in general, number one, a guy nurse gets made fun of. Even though they shouldn't, they still get made fun of, right? That's a reason why you say a guy nurse and not just a nurse.
Nah,
Because
I don't
people make fun of
them.
it, for
Nope.
one. 2, you're just picking up shit and piss all day. Like,
No.
changing that stuff, seeing people's blood, people puking. It's a shitty job.
You know what? That has not been the experience for me.
Well, since you're not a nurse,
Yeah, I'm sorry, you're not a nurse.
I know.
So
I have family that is.
I have
No.
extensively
you
been
lie.
at the hospital, so
Pixar didn't happen.
no, because I would be afraid of half the population coming for me.
But he's doing it wrong. Like, go out and do crazy shit. He literally just went, like I said, he went to college 3 times longer, even if it's a decent career, I don't give a shit, and then ended up getting the new Black Plague.
Do you want to read another one?
2.0.
Do you want to read?
No, I don't. I feel like 90% of these are going to be that same way.
Well, let's see. Because
With Groundhog's Day first, obviously. Like, yeah.
well, let's see. T Xav
TXAV.
Texas AV. The first time it happened was, of course, a Monday. When I wake up after this normal and boring Monday, I didn't realize that it was, again, the same day. Morning news were boring as usual. Delayed during commute. Normal. Nothing special to report. It was at the coffee break when I knew what everybody have done during the weekend that I began to think that last night dream what very convincing and accurate. I should have read this. This is breaking my brain already. And I pass all this second Monday with the deja vu feeling, but at my third Monday, I begin to freak. The third Monday night, I binge watch every time travel movies I can think of, with Groundhog Day first, obviously. So next morning, when I wake up and find immediately, because I was looking for this information, that it was Tuesday, I was happy but quite disappointed at the same time. You know what I mean?
No, what do you mean?
What? It's the point. Please let me finish. For the 36th time, I think, Inspector. That's Lieutenant now. You're welcome. The point is, I live every day 3 times. First one, I take notes and have a lot of fun, YOLO style, as I can permit myself for this first time. Second time, I try to find how to fix some messed up point. And third one, I correct it or leave it this way if not possible and have fun, but normal fun, but deadly fun because there is no fourth time. What? What? Third one I corrected or leave it this way if not possible and have fun, but normal fun, not deadly fun because there is no fourth time.
Yeah. It made more sense after you read it the second time.
Yeah, I know. The first time was horrendous. And you want that I believe it. Well, yes, Inspector, that's Lieutenant now. Yes, and for the 36th time, and for the sake of this young lady, believe it, it's my second day. You have 5 minutes before midnight to enlighten me how to fix it.
First, take an English class. That's your first.
You know
way to
what?
fix it.
The sunniest bro says it's neat, but you need to proofread a little bit more. So, all right, well, you got anything else to add to this?
No.
Okay.
Because in general, it's not that exciting.
This one,
Now, the first guy made it a little bit more exciting with it, like, and now it's switched to the fourth day.
yeah,
But
because
it's
chills.
still,
There we
meh.
go.
What are you doing?
What
are you doing?
Mousing's hard. All right, Brad. This one I specifically picked for you because I know you are a Supernatural
Ooh.
fanboy. So,
They say that gluing salt to a baseball bat to fight ghosts was a stupid idea. But who's laughing now, you say, as you whacked the ghost
Off.
again?
oh,
That's you.
I haven't whacked off a ghost in a while. All right. You know what? There's sometimes I say stuff and then I realize after the fact how weird of a sentence that really is. So I figure I'll let you kind of, because you're the Supernatural fan. Anything I try to do would probably try to copy Supernatural.
I mean, that's pretty much all this is, really. Like, honestly, that's honestly the only thought I'm having is literally this guy ended up going on YouTube and saw a video from the Ghostfacers. And I know you don't know what that is, but I'm going to have to show you because it's hilarious. And that's where he got his freaking information from. And it ended up actually working for him.
Do you think he was swinging just randomly, like in a haunted place, and then all of a sudden it connected? He heard a bonk because I live in a cartoon, and you just hear a ghost
Subtitle
just go
comes up in a bubble.
yeah, and you just hear a ghost go, "Ow, motherfucker!" Like he's just fucking going crazy. Just
You need to calm down there, buddy.
I'm sorry. But yeah, what kind of thought?
Like I said, he watched a Ghostfacers video. There's no real thought process with this one. I feel like these are not that great of writing prompts. I think the pandemic has sullied some people's artistic ability. You're sucking it up, Reddit. You need to fucking figure it out before it becomes Deadit.
In all fairness, I did pick these, and I was like, oh, I wonder if Brad will probably come up with good stuff for it. You haven't been.
No. Now, the first one, I came up with something at least, even though it was more questions. But
Yeah.
But I think that one was the decent one with something backfiring, like a contest. And then people are just like, it's easier to kill this mother effer.
I hope you know the next two are actually pretty good ones.
Oh, I saw the last one. I got a glimpse.
Oh,
It did look a little bit better.
okay. So my thought for this is essentially, you could either make it into a comedy, kind of like What We Do in the Shadows by you haven't seen that movie. It's kind of like a vampires meet the Office documentary. But it's done by Tahiti Wahiti. Taka Wahiti. The guy who directed Thor Ragnarok.
By the way, this guy has the best name. Paper Shotgun.
Paper Shotgun, yeah. Man, I had an idea, but it kind of just drifted away. Oh, this was my idea. It was the he whacks the ghost, and then he the ghost grabs the bat, and is like, my turn, and then he flips the coin, and instead of people hunting ghosts, he turns into a human hunter, and he's a ghost that he hunts humans.
Well, you completely turned that story all upside down.
Why? I don't know why that one broke your brain.
You're just making your own writing prompt at this point.
Am I?
Yeah, you're not even using this.
What are you talking about? They said that gluing salt to a baseball bat and fighting a ghost.
Yeah, it's fighting ghosts, not ghosts fighting humans.
Yeah. Well, what I'm saying is, after he hits him at least once,
The ghost grabs the bat that has salt glued on it that he shouldn't be able to grab because it's able to hit him now because it probably hurts him because that's the whole thing is salt's purity, which is why you're supposed to throw it over your shoulder. I think you're missing shit.
God, you're such a nerd. God. See, here's what I was thinking was the guy it's like an arts and crafts situation is he takes the end of the bat, right?
He's only got it on the end. Just
he
like
only has it on the end, like
there's like just like a big old pile of freaking salt there.
yeah, like he had a plate of glue and he just rolled it in and then went to another plate and rolled it in the salt. And so I was thinking he grabs it more close to like his hand or lower on the bat. That's why. It wasn't like he just like deep-throated the bat and was like, this is mine now.
He deep-throated the bat.
Oh, stop it.
That's why he got whacked off.
Stop it. You know what? Fine. Here. You know what? You read this.
Oh. The salt doesn't matter, and stop that. It hurts, screamed the ghost as I thrashed him. Wait, but the salt, the bat is what hurts, idiot. But my priest said it's the consecrated salt. That myth was invented so dumb teenagers would stop picking fights with ghosts, the ghost said, glaring at me with its partially translucent visage. Oh, I lowered my bat. Now, luckily for you, I'm haunting you for a good reason, a positive reason. I already hate this story.
Because of the positivity?
Yes.
Okay.
This is dumb. Like, it has nothing to do with the whole salt thing anymore, and now it's just about a positive, reaffirming fucking ghost? Oh, fucking fuck you. Who wrote this? I need to see this person's name.
It's either Nystrom writes or New York. Sorry. If you mention New York, you get COVID. New York Storm writes. I think it's Nystrom writes.
I think it's New York Storm writes. It better be.
Go ahead.
Oh, this is dumb.
Dude, you already started. You got to keep reading.
I don't have to. I
Yes,
can just
you do.
stop. I can just shut this
You
whole
are
thing down now.
contractually obligated to finish this writing prop. It's in your contract when you signed it a year ago.
Oh,
Almost
fantastic. But if you hit me with that bat again, it's going to become a bad haunting. Ooh. I need some Mountain Dew for this.
Do you hate us? Do you want me to finish reading it?
No, I hate New York Storm.
Nystrom?
Yeah.
Oh.
Why are you haunting me at all? The ghost looked away. Your grandfather. Grandpa? He died like a month ago. You're not him, though. No, I'm definitely not. Nor was your grandfather a ghost. However, as he lay in the space between the worlds, he talked to me. Once upon a time, I was a very angry human. Life had been hard on me, and I took that frustration out on everyone I came across. When I died in the hospital, I terrorized the nurses as a spirit. I'd been there for months until your grandfather spoke with me, and something about him.
I could
was
tell
he
you-
chewing on straw?
I
He was always chewing on straw in real life.
I could tell you're not putting your
I
heart
fucking
in this.
hate this already.
You're not putting your heart in it.
Ugh. The ghost checked out. Yes, he was. He was dressed as a farmer, and his air was so peaceful. Yet he told me that he had a hard life, too. Fuck off. So I asked him why he was how he was and why he hasn't. Why hasn't anybody given this person a reward, like an award? What did he say? He said it was his grandson. Tears began to sting his eyes. It can't sting his eyes. He's a ghost. He's dead. Though he had lost a lot of peace of mind.
No. Hold on. I think it's the grandson's eyes started to sting because he's crying, not the ghost. You dope.
I don't care. And he lost his son early to cancer. He had you. Oh, fuck off.
This is fun for me.
His grandson. And he knew that that if he had kept the hate in his heart, it would pass to you. He told me something similar, so I told him to keep it. I told him I'd keep an eye on you, but I'm not very good at being quiet with my energy. I always used it aggressively, tossing books off shelves in the mere wake of my energy, that kind of thing. Yeah, speaking of, I said, picking up my school binders. A note fell out of the binder. It was written in red ink, pressed so hard against paper there were tears running in the fabric. More hate mail. I wasn't popular in school. The ghost didn't fail to notice. Oh, good. You're being bullied, aren't you? Why is that a good thing? Because you're a bitch. That's why. Why is that a good thing? I demanded incredulously. Yes. I'm being bullied because Grandpa paid for me to attend this stupid fancy rich kid school and I don't fit in, and they kept telling me to leave. Unbalanced by the talk of Grandpa's death, I was letting everything spill out. Usually I was quieter about these things. Here's why it's good. I'm not gifted at being subtle or gentle. I may not be able to help you get your first girlfriend or be at your side for the first heartbreak. I mean, I'll try, but I'll be garbage at it. The ghost went over to the hateful letter. But this, I can fix this. Hopefully by killing this piece of shit guy.
I love this. Please continue it.
Said all the cucks on fucking Reddit. Go fuck yourself. This is bullshit.
The fixing is going to involve the bat, ain't it? Boy,
I hate this.
Yeah, I could tell. You really... Whoops. Whoops. Oh. Fixed it.
This is written by somebody that also likes musicals.
I must admit, I am Nystrom 6969. What was his name?
I don't doubt it.
Fuck you, man. God. I'm sorry you had to read that. So here, I'll move on to this one. So, it's been a year since the last moon landing. After several decades of silence, humans proudly set foot on it again. Up there, the astronauts found mummified human corpses inside torn open spacesuits. The tags were still legible.
I think we did this on the one that never got put out.
Did we?
Yeah, we absolutely did.
Ooh. Did we read this?
I have no idea. I ain't reading shit anymore.
Sweep that under. All right, we'll just go to the last one. Fuck it. The town. So this one was probably my most favorite that I wanted to venture into. The town council died in a freak plane accident. An audit by the interim council revealed 20% of the town's power is siphoned off to a structure with priority over even hospitals. They send you to investigate the building in the middle of nowhere. So
this is Umbrella Corporation right here.
Ooh, that's a good one. I was thinking it's kind of like a Fringe, or did you ever watch Warehouse 13?
No.
Neither did I.
Well, thanks for bringing it up.
I watched like the first 2 episodes, but basically it was it's kind of like a Warehouse 13 is kind of like at the end of Indiana Jones where they put the Ark of the Covenant. It's more of like the secret warehouse where they keep a bunch of like alien tech and stuff like that. So that's initially where I thought about this going. But the Umbrella Corporation, that's a good idea. Make this sucker into a Resident Evil story.
Hell yeah.
I like it. Pay us.
Something to freaking get me over that last story.
I'm sorry, man.
Need some death and destruction.
So where would you go with this? Would you go...
I'm sorry. Did you stroke out a little bit?
I did.
Did your aneurysm pop? Is that what happened?
Yep. That's pretty much what happened. But we get to record it now. So anyway. Hey, welcome to the Best Friends Discuss podcast. What? Go ahead.
What?
It's my heat stroke, I think, is acting up again.
This is a good one, but it would take me time to actually think of something
Okay.
like and actually write it. So, because this is actually like a perfect writing prompt. It gives you like a set scenario and then something that happens, but then you have to build upon it, not some bullshit fucking story thing that we've been reading. This is actually a really good one because you can take it in multiple different like scenarios. Now, the first obvious ones is like Umbrella Corporation or Aliens and knock that shit off. I see you like moving your goddamn.
I wasn't mocking you.
I know you're not mocking me. It's just irritating.
Oh, I'm sorry.
But
Okay, I'll stop. It's bullshit. This is all bullshit.
it is all bullshit.
I want Dairy Queen. Anyway,
Dairy Queen's bullshit.
so while you think of something, I'll read the thing. The best one that people voted and did shit to and stuff like that, right? By Liz Rice, right? Like always, Akito got the short end of the stick. They never send James to deal with this shit. He thought as he pulled the sedan into the lot of the Cartex building. No, James got sent to the dinners with developers and golf tournaments. He'd never get saddled with the task of investigating the shady-ass fuck building on the edge of town. Akito smoothed his hair and sighed. There was no point complaining about it. He was the new guy after all. It was a small town. The politics were boring. That much was true. But he wouldn't be here forever, just for a few months until he had the experience to get a job in Seattle. And after that, who knew? Maybe the UN one day. International unity never failed to pique his interest. But for now, Akito had to focus on the task ahead of him. The rain had started to fall in earnest, leaving beaded trails on the windshield. As the droplets raced to the bottom, he reached for his umbrella. Just saying, maybe hinting at something. Swan opened the door and stepped directly into a puddle. Shit. The water soaked through the leather of his shoe and left his sock a damp mess. The hem of his pant leg suffered a similar fate. At least it was dark enough that no one would notice, hopefully. God damn, is this a fucking Stephen King novel? Good God.
Yes, it is.
This better be worth it. Akito grit his teeth and made his way towards the entrance. Part of him was still convinced this was all a mistake. The inner room council was just that. They didn't have the same experience as the old one, and the old one was old. Cool. I'm glad that we get sentences like fucking the hem of his pant leg. Like, have you ever seen that word actually used?
Yes.
Okay, well, you were supposed to be on my side. Akito figured they were all well into their 50s at least. Robert Hayne must have been pushing 80, but they knew what they were doing. And the new council seemed to think that this building, this rundown 3-story office building on the edge of town that desperately needed its windows washed, was drawing almost a quarter of all the power from the grid. Akito didn't even see how that was possible. For a place that size to use that much electricity, it should have been lit up like a fucking Christmas tree. Still, he wanted to impress Kara. Even if he didn't plan on sticking around long, a promotion would be nice. There was a new pair of atomic skis he had his eyes on. Akito reached the door and pushed his way in. The entrance area was nondescript. A small gray reception desk sat firmly in front of him, and a few dozen faded vinyl chairs lined the walls of the room. No one was at the desk, though. Akito folded down the umbrella and hit
This
the
guy,
bell.
okay, so I have to say something. This person is obviously like kind of a writer or wants to move into a writer like position. You don't need to use that person's name for every goddamn sentence. You don't have to say Akito opened the door. Akito closed his freaking umbrella. You're talking about the same person without another person there. You can just say as he opened the door and then like move on with the sentence. I'm just saying, this is helpful hints for people writing. Like, you don't have to constantly just say their name.
Yeah, no, you're right. So Chuck folded down his umbrella and hit the bell. A few moments later, a young woman appeared out of an office to the side. Her hair was sleek and blonde and wound up in a tight bun that Chuck was fairly sure had been out of style for years. "Welcome to Cartex," she said with a smile so falsely bright that Chuck wondered if that was where the electricity was going. I like that. That's good. Metaphor. No.
You just read.
Yeah. How can I make your visit pleasant today? What is she working at Chick-fil-A? Come on. Chuck blinked. Yeah. Okay. I'm Luke Morey. Wait, what? Who? Wait. I know I kid about
Who's who? Is it Akito? Is it Chuck? Or is it Luke Morey? I can't tell anymore.
Wait. Or is it what? Did she even say her name? No. Okay. Yeah. Okay. I'm Luke Morey here on behalf of the city of Port Angeles. The woman mouth faltered from her smile, but she corrected it quickly. "Oh, you have nothing to worry about there. Our CEO had everything squared away with the councilman Hain." "Well, that's sort of the thing. In light of recent events," Akito cringed, the inter-room council that been reevaluating cases, "there were some flags raised about electricity consumption in this building." The woman quirked her head. "We pay the bill, don't we?" Of course you do. I didn't mean to insinuate anything." Akito adjusted his tie. "We were just curious about the business as your new representatives. The council would like to know more about what you actually do here at Cartex." "We're a car insurance company. Surely you know that." Chuck looked around. There were no images anywhere to suggest that. No brochures, no pamphlets. "No, I didn't actually. The whole place was strange. The reception area seemed more like one that belonged to in a health clinic with its sort of sterile aesthetic. It was a Tuesday afternoon and not a person was here." "Well, now you know. What a wonderful day. Have a wonderful day, Akito." Wait, I'm so confused on this name
Yeah, he
now.
never said Akito. He said Luke Morey. So that should have been, well, now you know. Have a wonderful day, Luke.
Oh, the receptionist. We jumped the gun. The receptionist said with a smile and a wave. Akito stilled. He hadn't told her his real name. He rarely used it. People around here were always more willing to talk to Luke than Akito. He swallowed thickly. Jesus, clear the phlegm out of your throat there, Luke Akito. He swallowed thickly and felt his throat bob uncomfortably against his tie. Yeah, you too. You too, in case you fly someday. You too. You too phrase. Don't know how to use you too. He turned from the desk and pushed his way out into the September rain without bothering to open his umbrella. Fuck. His gut tightened. How did she know? Without thinking, Akito made a straight line for his sedan. Once inside, he let his forehead fall against the steering wheel. What the hell just happened? He pushed his wet hair off his forehead and dug his phone out of his pocket. His thumb hovered over the screen for a moment. He could call Josh and ask for backup, but that prick would never let him live it down. He could call Kara, but that would mean admitting to his boss that he couldn't handle the most basic task. Instead, he punched in a familiar number. "Low," said the muffled voice through the speaker, thick with confusion. "Himari, Akito? Do you have any clue what time it is here? I was sleeping." He glanced at his watch. "It's like 5 p.m. in New York. You weren't seriously sleeping." A pause. "What's it to you anyway? I was taking a nap. God knows I'm busy enough." Akito bit his lip. "You're right. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to wake you up." Himari laughed on the other end. "If you say something about how I need my beauty sleep, I'm telling Mom." "I'm being serious." Akito paused. "Look, something weird just happened." You did apologize for waking me up, which means that you either want something or you're genuinely freaked out. Akito hesitated. Okay, I don't know how to say this. I know you're busy and everything, but I think I've got a story for you. Hamari quieted? Hamari quieted it. I feel like there was an extra T or D in there.
Yes, like 2.
Oh, okay. The way she always did. I assumed he was a guy.
So did I.
Okay. I guess it makes sense with the beauty sleep and telling mom and stuff because sisters are snitches. The way she always did when her interest was piqued. You sure? Oh, I guess I should give Hamari more of a feminine tone now. Akito nodded to himself. Yeah, I am. Something strange is going on here. I can feel it. Between the council and now there's this weird building and everything just isn't adding up. Looks like there's my years of telling you to follow your gut paid off. Hamari let out a small sigh.
Stop it.
I'm getting into this, all right? But I can't afford the time off right now. Hamari, this could be big. I'll see what I can do from here, okay? You're going to have to start this one off, Kito. If it turns into something bigger, then I could maybe talk to my boss. Akito nodded to himself again. Okay, think. A sharp rap on his window cut him off. He started his phone. He started his phone, clattered to the ground. Startled. Whatever. Outside the window stood the blonde receptionist. The rain soaked her to her core, but she didn't seem to notice the downpour. Anyone standing in weather like they were wearing only a blouse and a skirt would have been shivering, but she stayed still. Her smile hadn't faltered. She reached forward and knocked at the window again. Tentatively, Akito rolled it down. Hello, Akito. Is there a problem with the service I've given you today? He shook his head. No, you were very helpful. He tightened his grip on the steering wheel. If her feet weren't so damn close to the tire, he would have taken off, rude or not. And yet you seem dissatisfied with the answer I gave you. Akito stared. How could she know? You called your sister, did you not? Oh, shit. Look, I didn't mean anything by it. I'm just going to head out and we can both just pretend I was never here. His hand reached toward the gear. He shifted from park into drive and punched the gas to the floor, and his car sputtered like it never had before. The engine gave a resounding bang that rang in his ear and reverberated to his chest. Vaguely, he was aware that the hazard started to flash before abruptly burning out. The radio rose to a swell and died like the rest of his once reliable car. What the fuck? Akito's head pounded against his skull. He just got an oil change a few weeks ago. This shouldn't have happened. He had to get out of here. Pretend you were never here? The receptionist chuckled. I think we know it's too late for that. Damn. There's a part 2? We can't do a part 2. Unless you want to. Cause damn, that was good. I really actually like that. I'm gonna if we don't read the part 2 on this, I'm gonna read the part 2 later.
I mean, it's interesting,
but it doesn't like give answers.
No, and this is something like anybody could write, because it's just an intro to a story. Honestly, at that point,
yeah. But I really like this. Good job, list writes. Good job.
Yeah, just don't use their names as much. You're overusing it, buddy.
Yeah. But I'm so glad I remembered the names of Stuart and Darla.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I don't know what I'm talking about. Anyway, so did you come up with the idea for how you would take this story?
No, I was paying attention to that story.
Fuck.
At the time of her writing that, she didn't have an idea either. Okay. That's why she just did the intro.
So I kind of have so I've been watching Westworld, right? And I got through all 3 seasons of Westworld. And in the show, they did a what was called Samurai World or Shogun World, I think it was what it was called. But I was thinking, because this has, people named Akito and stuff, that and she knows about them. I was thinking this would be an interesting way to introduce if they did a true like Shogun Westworld show for audiences. I think it would have been spot on for something like that. The power alone would have been, but so I'm thinking city council is evil.
Do they have to be evil?
Yes.
Maybe it's just Assassin's Creed, honestly.
Like the Templars? Yeah. Huh. Ooh, God, you know what? This is vague enough that this could fit in so many different things.
Yeah,
Like,
that's why I said this. That's why this is a very good writing prompt. It's vague enough; it can lead it in multiple different directions.
All right.
This is a very good writing prompt.
all right, let's come up with our own writing prompt. I feel like we haven't done it at all for this episode. Let's actually come up with a writing prompt.
Like we ever have. Come on now.
What is that supposed to mean, man? I at least try. Okay. So they send someone out there. I think we should name him Akito.
No.
Chuck?
No.
Okay.
Luke.
Luke?
Luke.
Yeah, Luke. And he goes into this abandoned building, and he sees no one there. And so he kind of like looks around, but on the floor, a beam of light about 3 feet across, on the ground, a beam of light shows up, and it slowly starts tracking to a office building, or not an office, but like the office corner. Okay, and he's just getting blinded by this light, and it dims itself. Once he like steps on it, it dims itself, so you kind of just keep following the light, and he follows the light on the ground to this office corner, and the light turns off, and a spotlight comes on, and it shows a office chair. Okay. And on the desk, just because we're fans, it says Jim Halpert or Michael Scott, or it has the world's best boss mug. Anyway, so he sees an office chair with a spotlight on it, and he thinks about stepping away. Like, he's in the office, he's out of the door frame of the office, and he's thinking about stepping away, but the door slams shut, locks itself, and he can't get. He's like, come on, let me out of here, and he can't get out. And on the ground where the light was, it spells out "sit down." And so he's like, I don't wanna. And the room starts to collapse, like slowly goes in on itself.
Okay.
Forcing him closer and closer to that office chair. Okay. He basically is like butted up against it, like how I am on the video, and he's forced then to sit down in the office chair.
Okay.
The room expands back out, and on the ground next to him, he sees, as he looks over the arm of the chair, it says "thank you," and then the chair lowers itself down into the basement, like 7 deeps down. 7 deeps down? Is that even a sentence?
No, it's not.
Sorry,
This is the problem with reading sentences off of Reddit. Like, it just fucks with you.
Well, I was thinking like 7 leagues under the sea kind of thing. Like, is it like 7 like depths down? He goes down quite a bit. Okay, and as he's down there, the white light comes back on, and he follows it back, and the chair raises up, and he just follows it until he meets someone that looks exactly like him. And he goes, and he's like doing this whole like mirror act, and the hand is going the same way, and then the clone of him steps forward and he goes, "Welcome, we've been waiting for you." And that's where I have it for right now. I made all of that up off of
I
this
know
one.
you did.
What? Why do you have to say that in such a negative manner? You ass.
Because you had to make me read about a ghost that's good.
There's good ghosts. There's good ghosts. Casper. Boom. There you go. Little Haunt off of Binding of Isaac. He's good. Ignore me. I'm tired. So do you want to expand on my story? Or?
No, I don't.
Okay. What is your story then?
I don't have a story right now. Like I said, this is something I'd actually have to take a little bit more time instead of just coming with an intro, because that's the same thing you did. You did what Liz writes. You came up with an intro.
Oh. I had a basis.
If you want, what we can do for the next writing prompt is find a writing prompt, and then we literally actually write something, and then we share it back on the podcast. We
Okay.
actually do a true writing prompt.
Okay. All right, fine. Fine. Be that way.
Fine.
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 Whatever.
Fine. Hey,
Fine. I'm
Love you.
happy with this.
love you. Hate you.
Thanks for coming. Jinx, you owe me a Coke.
Are you from Cartex? Oh, I'm never going to give you a Coke. All right. Well, so then are we calling it there? And should this be our first like actual writing prompt?
Yeah, I mean, we can. Well, why not?
All right, cool. Oh God, we should stop because I think you're throwing up that Lego brick that you swallowed there, Omega. All right, well, we already promoted everything. I'm not going to repeat it. You could just scroll back to the first part of the thing.
Wow. All right. Good job, Mike.
Thank you. I wish I gave you better prompts, but honestly, I just wanted these out of my save file.
Wow. Wow. You can just delete them. I don't know if you know that. There's a button.
Oh.
Just delete.
Nah, Reddit doesn't work like that on my phone.
You didn't jump on Reddit. You jumped on Facebook, where you saved them in Messenger. And that does have a delete feature.
I actually copied the things and I put it in a notepad on my phone. So I just copied it and sent it to myself so I could pull it up on Facebook. I'm a liar. I'm a liar.
I'm a liar.
I'm a liar. All right. Bye, audience. So